Hi, my name is Johnny Venters. I played with the Atlanta Braves for 11 years.
My name is Bruce Benedict. I played for the Atlanta Braves for about 12 years.
Hi, I'm Brian Jordan, and I'm down here at Cool Today Field with some fantasy campers.
Paul Bird, Nick Green, Fantasy Camp 2025.
What is Fantasy Camp?
Fantasy Camp is the most immersive experience you can get as a Braves fan. You get to use the big league clubhouse, the big league facilities, and get to interact on a daily basis with Braves legends. Every year we have different alumni that rotate through here. Some will have come multiple years, others will be rookie alumni that coach. But every year we'll bring guys down that had a great career and also are very personable.
You know, I didn't know much about it, and I saw Chris Mellon at Alumni Day, and he was kind of telling me how much fun he had spending time with the guys and building relationships, and you know, you get to meet people from all different walks of life, and he really talked me into coming, and I've had a blast ever since I've been here.
I think I'm in the double figures. I started back in Orlando when the Braves are still in Orlando spring training. I love it, I enjoy it, and will always come back as long as the Braves invite me.
It's great. At the end of the week, if they come up to you and said, this is one of the best times of my life, then we've done our jobs.
We used to be players, we are now coaches. One of the reasons you can tell that is I'll be walking around with a clipboard and I'm wearing a watch. As a player, you never have to wear a watch when you have a jersey on. And Greeny, I'm working on the beard. It's been a rough couple days, but we're going to battle back. We hope to win it all.
If you come to Fantasy Camp and you're on my team, you're the only team that gets your stats.
This is
I
true.
keep the stats. It might be good or it might be bad.
This is true. Sabermetric stats. We just broke for the game. We are absolutely fired up.
We are 1-3 right now, though. If we win this game, we still have a chance. If we lose this game, we're going to have fun.
That's right. But I did teach how to throw a curveball, slider, changeup. You got some good BP.
And we had infield work this morning, so our defense is going to get way, way better.
The defensive work was outstanding. It's work from Nick Green that you cannot get anywhere else. One of the perks when you come to Fantasy Camp.
So the first night is we do a workout on the field. So you'll check in, you'll do a workout on the field, and the alumni will grade you basically. That night they'll do a draft. They'll do a live draft, just like your typical NFL MLB draft, and they'll find out. The campers will find out what team they're on that night, and then from that point it's up to the coaches, workouts or whatever they want to do before the game in terms of getting ready for the games. And then, like I said, there's 2 games a day, culminating in a championship game at the end of the week.
We come in the morning, get a little breakfast. We have a morning meeting, go over the day, the day's schedule, have some fun, some jokes, and some stories being told, and a little kangaroo court action going on. I can't really talk about what goes on in there.
Every morning we'll have kangaroo court, which is basically holding each other accountable to the Braves standard. So we have a judge and a bailiff that will rule on all the cases. At the end of the week, all of the fines go to the clubbies.
And we are talking about this.
There's a skill of the day, there's a thought of the day, there's a joke of the day, and I think you're a part of that today. And everybody enjoys that. Then it's the baseball side of it. We hit in the cages. You might be, for early games, you might be in the cages as early as 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:15, somewhere in there. So depends on when your team is scheduled to hit, because we have 6 teams.
You got no movement going back to go forward. You can start here.
I like it. I'm kind of surprised, like the guys that have been here for years. It's kind of like a family feel to it, and it's just it's an awesome atmosphere to be around, and these guys just love the game, and they love to be here, and it's been fun.
My name's Chad Helton. I've been coming to Braves Fantasy Camp since 2015, so this is my 10th year, my 12th camp.
I'm Rohit Gupta, and I've been coming to Braves Fantasy Camp 6 years, since 2019.
I'm Chris Patterson.
I'm Amy, his wife. This is our 10th year.
My name's Adam Hamlin. This is my 5th year at Fantasy Camp.
My name's Mark Haddon from Toronto, Canada, and this is my first year at Fantasy Camp.
I'm Chris Lederer from Scarborough, Canada, first year at Fantasy Camp.
I first come to meet all the legends and see those guys I grew up watching on TV, and then I become friends with people all over the United States that come here, and I just come here to learn more about baseball to teach my sons.
At first I thought I was going to come just for 1 year, and then a buddy of mine who I came with said all year long he just told stories about games and was talking, and it just seemed like it was natural for us to make a second trip. And then from second, it led to third, fourth, fifth, and it's just something I look forward to every year.
We started because we love baseball, love Braves baseball. Both of us were raised watching TBS every night, and we had the opportunity to come to fantasy camp for a one-time treat.
It was just going to be once. It's going to be once.
And we just fell in love with getting to know these guys that we've played with so long. I mean, there's a lot of us here that have been 8, 10 years in a row, and it becomes less and less about baseball and more about the relationships that we formed with these other players.
The teammates you have and everyone else at the camp is like a big family, and so seeing those guys, and you see them at the games during the season, or the pro guys, you see them at the games during the season, and when you I did miss 1 year, and it was like the biggest FOMO, like, because you know you think you're cool not going, and then the week before you're like, gosh, like, why am I not going?
Things like the dinners, the interviews of the players really gives you some spectacular insight to what they went through as major league players. It's a fantastic experience.
There's game one, then after game one you go in, you have a little lunch, and you come back and you look at schedule again, and then you go back out there for game two.
I've had my son with me every year. They come down here and they work with the bat boy, and you know, they get tips from the legends.
The first year you walk in, you see your jersey hanging in the locker, and you think who's been there before you, and then just the amenities that are in there are just first class. Anything the Braves have, and the fact that we get to go in that same clubhouse as guys we watch is crazy.
Clubhouse guy is the guy who does the laundry, helps unpack your bag, basically gets you what you need. Kind of the example I give is when you're in Little League and when you're playing, you have to have somebody, it's usually your mom or your dad, that gets you to the field, home from the field, make sure you eat, make sure your uniform's clean. Well, we're basically a grown-up version of that. We make sure the guys have what they need, everything's in the clubhouse, their uniform's ready, the equipment they need is ready to go for the game. And then a million different things in between that may pop up, but that's the gist of what we do.
So some of the facilities include the big league clubhouse, the big league training room, the entire Braves Academy, which includes the auditorium, as well as the dorms. Some of our campers stay in the dorms. So you're really getting the full experience as if you were a player in spring training.
By far the closest you're going to get to a big league experience, and you know, if I could put on a big league uniform for the first time and do that, I would 100% do it. So I understand why people do it, and you know, it's just an awesome experience for everybody, coaches, players. They get to really experience the everyday routine and the life of what it's like to be here as a player. So it's awesome.
After game two, everybody goes to the showers, gets a shower, and come back, and there's usually an unbelievable great event at night here. Whether you're on the beach, at a restaurant having dinner, or a barbecue in the parking lot. And then, last but not least, there's the after party where everybody goes in and has a glass of wine. There's ping pong, there's pool, there's cornhole for everybody. There are TVs on, so it's really a social hour after dinner. So everybody goes and has a great time.
Once you get here, you realize not only were they great baseball players, they're actually better men than they were baseball players. It's nothing like that. These guys take personal interest in you. You become friends with them. They work hard to get you better at the game of baseball.
We all work hard. We're in our home environment. Of course, there's home and love of the family, but don't be surprised when you come here and you feel that same love. There's a family here, and that family is something that's warm, welcoming, embracing. So come once, come again, and you'll feel it.
The camaraderie in the locker room is absolutely terrific at Gem. Definitely would give it a 5-star experience.
I would say everything from the batting cages to the fields to the training staff, especially for us. It's just been first class.
The championship game is fun because there's only 2 teams playing out of the 6 teams, so everyone else is watching the game, probably with some beverages, and so they're hooting and hollering. But we got the scoreboard on, we got music playing, so it's walk-up songs, stuff like that. So it's a big league experience for that game for sure. And then that night we've got the banquet, so it's a little bit more of a formal event on Saturday. We'll give out some awards and give the championship team their rings. They get fantasy camp, championship rings.
The banquet at the end of the week, that's always a highlight. People, you see the people get awards for the hard work they done through the week, and it just gives you that feeling like I got to do this again.
The greatest thing of this fantasy camp is when these guys show up and they know that they're going to meet Braves legends. They know that they're going to use these facilities, play on these fields, be in the same space that the players are. I think what really kind of makes us proud and makes us excited is these guys aren't expecting to see what we do or the behind the scenes. And so it's just really fun to kind of watch them kind of perk up and start asking us questions and kind of being just as inquisitive about what we do as what the guys on the field do. And that's enjoyment for me. Everybody in baseball knows what we do, and we get a lot of respect, and guys definitely let us know how valuable we are. But we don't get to flex our skill set muscles out in the real world, and we can try to explain it to our family and our friends and everybody we know, and they really don't quite understand what it is. And so it's just kind of exciting and to come into a clubhouse and do it for people that maybe didn't know it even was a thing, and then kind of watch their reaction to see kind of how much pride and how much detail the support staff, not just clubhouse guys, but trainers, the stadium operations people, the grounds crew. It's just enjoyable for even on our end to watch the way they respond to what we do in the clubhouse.
I think just the fact that the same people come every year, and it's so much fun to get to know them on and off the field, and just allow them to have the time of their lives out here. It's a lot, but it's super fun, and I just enjoy it every year.
You don't have to be in the band U2 to enjoy playing guitar or play music. It's just the passion we have about baseball. So I think people are worried about how good they are, and we had to tell them the first day, we just love the fact that you love baseball like us. So it's become kind of a community and a family. And these people can be in the Caribbean on a cruise somewhere, but they're not. They'd rather be at Cool Today Park, sweating, fielding ground balls, trying to hit curve balls at the plate, and you get to play in the big field, dress in a major league locker room, and the food's also pretty good too, so you get the true experience of a player.
I tell them for the money they spend, they can't get a better trip. It's an experience of a lifetime. When I came in 2015, I thought it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but as long as my body holds out, I'm going to be here every year.
I wouldn't come without her.
Yeah.
Is there one next week? I'd absolutely love to come back.
When I get home from camp every year, the first thing people ask, how was it? Tell me about it. What are you can't tell them about it. You just have to come. Be prepared to make a once-in-a-lifetime moment an every year thing.
I said to my team last year, they all said, "Oh, thanks very much. You made my week," but quite frankly, it's the other way around. I tell your team, you think I made your week, you actually made my week, because the people that you get to meet, they've been loyal fans for years. They come down here, they enjoy themselves, so they really do make my week. And you get friendships. Some of these campers have Facebook pages. They keep in touch with each other all year round. So we're very happy to have repeat campers, and we have a number of them. So just being a part of the guys and maybe have a little bit of impact on their stay here this week is a wonderful experience.
My favorite part, I think, is seeing the camaraderie between not only the alumni and the players, the campers, but also the campers themselves. They become, lifelong friends, basically, from day one not knowing each other to day 6 being best friends. So I know for a fact a ton of the alumni stay in touch on a almost daily basis with a ton of the campers. So you make lifelong friends here. And I know that sounds corny, but it's true. Braves.com/fantasycamp. Sign up now.
That's it?
If there's anything else you
It's
want to
game
add.
time. Let's
We
go,
gotta win a game. We gotta win a game.